Hi everyone, I'm Caroline Hill. I am Editor-in-Chief of Legal IT Insider, and I'm joined today by Dr. Gina Taranto, who is Director of Applied Science at ProSearch. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Caroline.
It's exciting to have you here today. You're going to be at Legal Week. I am not, which is incredibly sad. I'm very jealous.
Oh, we're going to miss you.
I know. Oh, and I'm going to miss you. Just talking for 5 minutes about an announcement that you've got coming out at Legal Week. You're talking about the different types of generative AI that you're using in review. I wondered if you could take us through that. And then I've got a question for you, which I'm really interested to get your opinion on, because I'm quite fascinated with your perspective from an eDiscovery perspective in terms of the wider generative AI developments. But if you could just talk about your release, that would be great. Tell us what
Sure.
you're
Well, yeah, we're ProSearch and we're a technology-enabled professional services company. And so I think our angle on AI and everything that's just so popular in the media right now around AI and advances in technology for legal technology, our position really is that we rely on human intelligence, HI. And so if you arm a smart person with a really robust toolkit that includes NLP, natural language processing, machine learning, analytics tools, and everything we can do with these super huge LLMs and generative AI, you're really putting someone in front of the tools that can help us apply them practically now. And where we're seeing that happen is using generative AI and large language models for text summarization. Also, the work that we can get for categorization has really helped accelerate review a lot. Also, we're working with techniques to use generative AI to suggest coding. And then finally, sometimes used in tandem with suggested coding, but not necessarily, is just asking AI or using AI, generative AI, to provide reasons and justifications for a coding decision that's been made. So if something is categorized as X, ask generative AI, what in this data, what in this document is saying that would lead to the conclusion of X as a label or a feature of that document.
Okay, that's awesome. So summarization, categorization, coding suggestions, reasons or justification. Is this new functionality?
These are all very new functionality. We're also, seeing how we can apply the new technologies to some of our existing solutions, like our privacy suite, which has been using large language models, smaller large language models, for 5 years now. So the technology is familiar, but the large language model and the services that are available, like Azure's OpenAI service, are allowing us to deploy it in new ways. And that's very exciting.
And then just briefly before I ask you my big question, so you've got a new user interface for your...
Oh yeah, our privacy suite does have a new user interface. Yeah, and it's a wonderfully beautiful graphical user interface that really allows us to see the private information that's been found, where it is in its processing pipeline, and it allows us to really quickly and easily call on different components that make it even more flexible than it has been previously. It's already been a great success, and so we're excited about continuing to pay attention to one of our sort of flagship solutions in all of the excitement around generative AI.
I'm going to ask you, so I spoke at the end of the year to Joy Heath-Rush, who is CEO of ILTA, as you know, and we were talking about the thirst for knowledge around generative AI and the need for knowledge, really. And she said, I really wish that we could share more knowledge from the eDiscovery sector, because they've got such a huge learning around technology-assisted review. Obviously, TAR back in the day, outcry, case law, and now it's like, oh, it's just TAR. That's how we do things. If there was anything that you could share with people from that time and to now, in terms of the how you use it, or how it became accepted, or what would it be?
I think there's two things. I think one of them is that we're at the beginning of our journey incorporating generative AI into our discovery workflows. But the thing is that we've had these discovery workflows for a long time. So we've got a lot of good data to benchmark against. We've got processes that we can run in parallel to really understand how AI is working. And I think that's just going to be really important, as you mentioned, the case law. Like the case law is going to follow, it's going to lag. And so until then, until we get a little more guidance, you know, using the best practices that we do have comfort and confidence around is very important. And so I think the second thing really is maybe just a continuation, which is we understand precision, recall, we understand how to measure the progress of a solution. So to the point of your earlier, you know, conversation, absolutely, eDiscovery really knows how to measure and validate technology. And I think any industry that's trying to incorporate these new technology at scale would, I mean, they can learn from that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try and help them do that, and perhaps create sort of some templates or operating. You know, we're sort of trying to share knowledge here at Legal IT Insider, so hopefully we can be part of that. But listen, Gina, it's been great chatting with you. If
Thank
people
you.
want to find you, I know you're a sponsor at Legal Week. If people want to come and find you and learn more, what do they do?
ProSearch, we're going to be there. And I think contacting Brian Megan at ProSearch, I think he's a familiar face in our industry. So reach out to Brian and he can let you know where we're going to be when. And we're looking forward to talking. This is going to be a great legal week.
Okay, well, really nice chatting with you. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you so much.